Hi, I'm Dr. James Porter, and welcome back to our series on how to protect your vision even while you sleep. If this is your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I promise you what we share on this channel could help you see life more clearly in more ways than one. Now, let me ask you something that might hit close to home. Have you noticed it's getting harder to read at night? Do your eyes feel dry, scratchy, or sore when you wake up in the morning? Or maybe, just maybe, you've started to feel like the world around you is slowly losing its sharpness. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know this. You're not alone. And no, it's not just aging. What you're experiencing could be the early signs of silent vision decline, a slow breakdown of your eye's natural defenses while you sleep. Yes, while you sleep, that's when most of the damage actually settles in. I've seen it over and over again in my patients over 60. The day starts with blurry words on the morning newspaper. By evening, you're squinting at the television screen, adjusting your glasses over and over. Then comes the driving trouble, the glare, the halos, the fear of night roads, and worst of all, the heartbreak of no longer seeing the faces you love the way you used to. It's frustrating, it's frightening, and I understand how that feels because I've had patients in tears wondering if there's anything they can do to stop it. But here's what they didn't know and what I want to share with you today. Sometimes it's not the big things that make the difference. It's the small habits done at the right time, like just before bed, that can help nourish your eyes from the inside out. In fact, tonight, I'm going to show you 4 powerful natural oils that can quietly go to work while you sleep. They're safe, they're simple, and you probably already have one of them in your kitchen. Let's begin. Extra virgin olive oil, the anti-inflammatory shield. Let's start with the first oil. It's one you may already have sitting right there on your kitchen shelf, extra virgin olive oil. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just for cooking? Actually, no. Olive oil has been used for thousands of years, not just as food, but as medicine. And when it comes to your eyes, especially dry, aging eyes, it holds a secret most people overlook. You see, as we age, the tear film that protects our eyes starts to break down. This tear film is what keeps your eyes moist, clear, and comfortable. But over time, inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor nutrition cause that film to thin, leading to the burning, itching, and blurry discomfort many seniors wake up with. Here's where olive oil comes in. Olive oil is packed with oleic acid, a healthy fat that helps reduce inflammation on a cellular level. But more importantly, it contains a compound called hydroxytyrosol, one of the most powerful natural antioxidants known to science. In fact, a 2022 review published in the journal Nutrients highlighted that hydroxytyrosol can protect retinal cells from oxidative damage, the very kind of damage linked to age-related vision loss. Let me say that again. This isn't about treating symptoms. It's about helping your eyes repair themselves from the inside out, starting at the microscopic level. And because your eyes do most of their housekeeping work at night, just like the rest of your body, taking a small amount of olive oil before bed gives your system the fuel it needs right when it's doing the repair. Now, here's how that looks in real life. One of my patients, Charles, 72 years old, had been struggling with dry, irritated eyes every morning. He'd tried eye drops, warm cloths, even humidifiers. Nothing gave lasting relief. So I asked him to try something simple. Take 1 tablespoon of olive oil before bed. Just 2 weeks later, he said, "Doc, I can finally open my eyes in the morning without that gritty, burning feeling." It was that simple. But a word of caution here. Not all olive oils are created equal. To get the full benefit, you need to choose a high-quality, cold-pressed, extra virgin variety, ideally organic, stored in a dark glass bottle, and avoid anything labeled light or pure. That usually means it's been refined and stripped of its healing properties. Remember not to heat it either. We're using this oil as a nightly nutritional eye treatment, not a frying pan ingredient. Avocado oil, the blue light filter. Now let's talk about a lesser-known oil that deserves far more attention. Avocado oil, most people think of it as a trendy cooking fat, but in reality, it's one of the richest natural sources of retina-friendly nutrients, and when taken before bed, it can support the very part of your eye responsible for central vision. Here's how. Inside your eye, there's a small area called the macula, the part of your retina that lets you read, recognize faces, and see fine detail. And this area is extremely sensitive to oxidative stress as we age. That's where avocado oil shines. Avocado oil is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that are actually stored inside your macula. They act like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and reducing cumulative damage over time. According to a 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine, higher blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin are directly correlated with better macular pigment density, which is essential for long-term visual clarity in older adults. And like many supplements, avocado oil gives you these nutrients in a highly absorbable fat-soluble form, so your body can actually use them. But that's not all. Avocado oil also contains a high amount of monounsaturated fat, which helps carry these pigments into retinal tissues more efficiently. Plus, it delivers a healthy dose of vitamin E, an antioxidant known to protect photoreceptor cells from degeneration. In simple terms, it helps nourish and shield your retina while you sleep. And again, this isn't just theory. Maria, a 68-year-old retired teacher, came to me complaining of night vision problems. She said headlights felt blinding, reading at dusk was a strain, and she constantly needed brighter lights in the evening. We looked at her diet and saw barely any natural carotenoids. We made just one change. Add 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed avocado oil to her dinner about 2 hours before bedtime. Within a month, her night vision noticeably improved. She said she could finally sit on the porch at sunset and read again without squinting. It wasn't a miracle. It was macular support done right. Flaxseed oil, the soother for dry eyes. Now let's talk about a quiet villain in many vision problems: inflammation. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but inside your eyes, especially as you age, inflammation can slowly damage the glands that produce tears, disrupt your tear film, and leave your eyes dry, red, and painfully irritated. And one of the best natural tools we have to fight this hidden threat is flaxseed oil. Here's why. Flaxseed oil is one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linoleic acid, or ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that the body uses to regulate inflammation. Unlike fish oil, which contains EPA and DHA, flaxseed oil provides a plant-based alternative that still supports ocular surface health, tear production, and even meibomian gland function. A 2015 randomized controlled trial published in the journal Cornea found that patients with moderate dry eye syndrome who supplemented with flaxseed oil showed significant improvements in tear quality and eye comfort within just 30 days. And the best part, it works from the inside out, reducing systemic inflammation that contributes to eye discomfort, not just masking the symptoms. Let me give you a real-world example. Ronald, 70, came to me with a common complaint. I feel like I have something in my eyes all the time, but there's nothing there. He was constantly wiping tears away, but his eyes still burned. His ophthalmologist said it was chronic inflammation affecting his tear glands. We added 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed flaxseed oil to his nightly routine, taken about an hour after dinner. 3 weeks later, he told me, for the first time in years, I slept through the night without waking up to eye pain. It was simple, it was gentle, but it worked. Now, flaxseed oil does have a stronger taste than the others we've talked about. Some people prefer taking it in capsule form. Just make sure it's high quality, refrigerated, and free from added fillers or sugars. Fish oil, the retinal protector. Now let's talk about the oil you've probably heard of the most, fish oil. It's popular, yes, but few people truly understand how powerful it can be when it comes to preserving vision, especially as we age. The reason? 2 special omega-3s, EPA and DHA. Of the two, DHA is especially important because it's a major structural component of your retina itself. In fact, the retina contains more DHA than almost any other part of the body. Without enough of it, photoreceptor cells begin to degenerate, and over time, this can lead to age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60.
But here's the hopeful part. In the large-scale AREDS-2 study, researchers found that participants who consumed higher levels of omega-3s, especially DHA, had a lower risk of progression to advanced AMD. And a 2021 review published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences concluded that DHA plays a critical role in reducing retinal inflammation, improving photoreceptor survival, and maintaining visual acuity. In other words, fish oil doesn't just support eye comfort, it helps shield the retina itself from long-term irreversible damage. I've seen this firsthand. Sharon, a 74-year-old retired nurse, came to me after a routine eye checkup. Her doctor told her she had early-stage macular degeneration, and she was terrified of going blind. I looked at her lifestyle and noticed something missing. No fish, no omega-3s, no nutritional eye support. So we added one simple habit: 2 high-quality fish oil capsules before bed, each with at least 500 milligrams of DHA and 250 milligrams of EPA. 3 months later, her retinal scan showed no further degeneration, and more importantly, her vision had stabilized. She said, "Dr. Porter, I thought I was just waiting for things to get worse, but now I feel like I have a fighting chance." That's what the right nutrients can do, especially when you give them to your body during its natural repair cycle at night. A simple, powerful nightly ritual. Now that you know the oils, let's talk about how to actually use them. This doesn't need to be complicated. What you need is a simple habit done consistently. Just a few minutes each night, and you're giving your eyes the kind of quiet, natural support they rarely get. Olive oil. If your eyes often feel dry or gritty in the morning, try taking 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil about 30 minutes before bed. Avocado oil. This one is especially helpful if you're concerned about your central vision. Try adding a teaspoon of unrefined avocado oil to your dinner, or take it separately 1 to 2 hours before bed. Flaxseed oil. If you've been dealing with eye redness or irritation, this oil is your ally. Take a tablespoon of refrigerated, cold-pressed flaxseed oil about an hour after dinner. If you don't like the taste, flaxseed oil capsules work too. Fish oil. If you have a family history of macular degeneration, or your doctor has already mentioned early signs, don't overlook this. Fish oil capsules that contain both DHA and EPA, especially at night, can help shield your retina and reduce further damage. You might be wondering, can you combine these oils? Yes, absolutely. You might take flaxseed oil with your dinner, olive oil closer to bedtime, and add fish oil capsules afterward. Or you can rotate them throughout the week, depending on your needs and comfort. This isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something consistently, like brushing your teeth. It's the daily repetition that builds real protection over time. The results won't come overnight, but week by week, month by month, your eyes will thank you. A final message of hope. If you've made it this part in the video, I want to say something very simple but very real. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day, your week, your life to care about your eyes. That tells me something important. It tells me you haven't given up. You still believe that how you see the world matters. And you're right, it does. You see, the biggest myth I've heard from patients over 60 is this: it's too late to make a change, too late to protect what's left, too late to see clearly again. But here's what I want you to hear from me, loud and clear: it is not too late. Your eyes still respond to care, they still heal, they still repair. They still deserve the nutrients, the attention, and the love that every part of your body does. And sometimes it's the smallest daily habits that make the biggest difference, like a spoonful of oil before bed. This isn't a miracle, it's not a cure, but it's a step, a small, consistent act of self-care that says, I'm not giving up on my vision. And the truth is, when you take care of your eyes, you're not just protecting your sight. You're protecting your independence, your connection to people, your ability to read your grandchild's birthday card or see your partner smile from across the room. That's worth protecting, always. So I hope you'll try even one of the oils we talked about today. Not just tonight, but over time. Give it a few weeks. Be patient. Let your body do what it was built to do. Support it, and it will support you back. And if this video helped you, if even one part of it made you think, yes, I needed to hear that, then I'd be honored if you gave it a like. Feel free to share it with someone you care about. Leave a comment below and let me know which oil you're going to try first or what's helped your eyes the most so far. Your experience might inspire someone else. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as part of this community. This isn't just a channel, it's a place where we help each other age with clarity, dignity, and strength. Until next time, take care of your eyes, take care of your body, and never stop believing that better days and clearer vision are still ahead.